Welcome to News Goblins, the weekly nerd news podcast that keeps track of weird stuff going down on Twitter so you don't have to. I'm your host, Leslie.
Caw-caw! Form of the hawk. I'm Jarod, the hawk.
I'm worried about the beak that close to that microphone.
Then I will fly high above the studio for this recording.
Well, then we're not going to be able to hear you. Okay, now he's gone.
I've taken the microphone with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's clutched in my talons.
Now, but that doesn't... You're going to break it. Can you just...
I'm so free.
I need you to be a human for like a minute so we can just do the podcast.
Form of the human. I should have landed first. Okay, no, that didn't hurt very much.
Oh, good. Hi, Jarod.
Hi.
Welcome back to the table.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here at the table, though I miss the feeling of flight.
So you just need to be human for like 20 minutes.
Fine. I'm all mashed potato body and pink and stuff.
Yeah,
ugh. Where are my pinions? Ridiculous.
What about instead of pinions, you shared your opinions on this podcast?
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Fine.
Cool.
I accept your wordplay.
All right. So we have the first trailer for the Fantastic Beasts Crime
Fantastic
of Grindel.
Beets.
God.
Fantastic
okay.
Beets, my favorite root vegetable.
Okay, we're going to try this again. Do some warm-ups.
Okay.
She sells seashells.
She sells.
All right, one more time.
Teeth in the tongue. The teeth in the tongue and the lips.
Teeth in the tongue and the lips. We have the first trailer for the movie Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Easy for you to say.
It was not. It was an adventure.
The crimes of Grindelwald.
The deep, dark crimes of Grindelwald.
Because he hit his wife, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't he do that?
So, yeah, for those of you who do not keep track of the horribleness in our world, there was a controversy earlier this year, well, I guess starting forever ago, that Leonardo DiCaprio...
Nope.
God damn it, what's his name?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Where would that get that? I need to go lie down. We're recording this straight from work.
We did just get home from work.
Okay.
Try again.
So that guy,
Edward Scissorhands.
Scissorhands, was accused of domestic violence with some pretty serious evidence. He's split with his wife.
Leslie, I don't want to put you on blast here. I'm going to go out on a limb, though, and say that I don't think it's that controversial. I think domestic violence is bad. That's just where I'm going to take a stand.
You know, I think you're on the side of a lot of people here. The issue came when J.K. Rowling came out with a statement, which really she didn't have to do. She could have just not said words, and that might have been better.
Do you follow J.K. Rowling on Twitter?
I do. I do. But she released a statement. Like, she didn't tweet it. I mean, she obviously sat down with someone and crafted
Picked
this
up
statement
the news phone
that they clearly thought was brilliant, which was basically like, hey, Johnny wants to move on. Amber wants to move on. We all want to move on. And who am I to judge who hits whom in their own homes?
Yep.
And my first thought was like, yeah, I'm sure a guy that kicked a puppy and the puppy both want to move on. And yet, we might want to hold him responsible for his actions. Shrug.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I love J.K. Rowling, and normally she says smart things. So.
Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking.
And I also am hesitant to talk too much because I feel like I don't actually know all of the details of this.
I mean, it's pretty clear. Like, it's pretty clear what happened.
School me.
So, in this case, Amber Heard is his wife. Was his wife.
Right. School me and remember that this is a comedy podcast. So make sure I can make jokes about this.
About domestic violence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. So Amber Okay, first of all, he has been accused of domestic violence in other relationships before.
Okay.
The reason this one was particularly different is that she released phone calls and texts. Specifically damning were the texts between her and Depp's assistant, which are basically her being like, hey, I'm really upset, I'm not coming home. And his assistant kind of like straight up being like, look, I know he hit you a lot, but he's sad about it too.
Oh.
So they
Go
divorced.
boy. Okay.
She got a very large settlement, which she actually donated. She donated all of the settlement from their divorce to domestic violence shelters.
Yikes. Huh. I mean, good.
Yeah. And then Johnny Depp got to keep making movies for families.
Huh. Yeah, okay. I see how that's complicated.
Yeah. It's not complicated. It's just shitty.
So, Leonardo DiCaprio has now taken
God damn
over
it.
for him.
You're not going to live that down, am I?
And is now Grindelwald.
So, I wish Leonardo DiCaprio was Grindelwald. That would be amazing.
He's done fighting bears. He's got his Oscar. He's going to sling some spells.
Yeah. So, my favorite part of this entire story is that Daniel Radcliffe's comment on it was that they, on the original Harry Potter movies, fired someone for smoking weed. So it seems like they should fire someone for hitting their spouse.
True.
True.
Was it the first elf to play Dobby?
He did not reveal.
Oh, okay.
Which is probably polite.
Pretty classy, Daniel Radcliffe.
Pretty classy, Daniel Radcliffe.
Even though, all right, pretty classly.
He's actually pretty classy, I think,
in
general.
Did you see his Wang in Equus? Did you ever watch that?
I didn't. It wasn't that was on Broadway.
Yeah.
So how would I see his Wang?
I don't know.
It was on Broadway.
The internet.
Is his Wang on the internet?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
This
I am
is
not going to Google
important
this.
information, Jarod. You can't just come to the table with this like half baked.
You can probably find his wand on the internet. You can probably find his house elf. You can probably look up his Harry Potter.
Name is 5,000. Do it.
You can probably see his golden snitch.
I gave you... Okay, whatever. We're moving on. So here's a weird story that came out this week.
Hit me.
And we got this off of the bonus material on Star Wars The Last Jedi. Mm-hmm. Very much like there was bonus material on Thor Ragnarok. There was like a little mini doc.
Tell me about this material that is bonus.
Rian Johnson, the director.
Okay, the guy who played Deadpool.
No. Mentions that you're doing that specifically to mess me up. Mentions that Russian bots started a Twitter campaign to pressure the studio into letting General Hux survive all 3 movies.
What?
Yeah. Hundreds and hundreds of Russian bots started hashtags, like retweeted art, this was like an obsession of theirs.
Comrade Hux is noble fighter, deserve to live all through movies.
Yeah.
Why? What's the end game here?
I mean, we don't know. The theory is that they're just big fans of authoritarian figures. And they particularly liked his, I don't know, swoopy blonde hairstyle.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, he does kind of look like he belongs on like a Soviet propaganda poster, doesn't he?
Yes, that's pretty true.
That is kind of the aesthetic of the New Order.
He's played by like a kind of scruffy Irish actor.
True.
They know that's a character, right?
How was this revealed in the bonus material?
They talked about it. He was just telling a story.
All right. Is there nothing Russian bots can't do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that I was amused by that.
So Hux will probably be president, and
I mean, I kind of wonder if that's why, like knowing that, if that's why he wasn't reduced to kind of a slapstick role at the end of Last Jedi.
I don't think so. I think they need the Hux archetype. I mean, he's sort of, that archetype is kind of a fixture of the Star Wars universe.
Do you think he will get his revenge on Kylo, for embarrassing him and kind of like walk into the sunset? Or do you think he'll like get his comeuppance in the 3rd movie?
He'll get his comeuppance, but he's important to keep around because the Hux character sort of represents the more banal human evil of the First Order.
I see
The way, and Kylo Ren represents the evil sorcerer magic evil. That has always been the dichotomy in the Empire. There has been the military, man on the ground evil, and the black flowy cloak evil.
Right.
So I don't see them messing with that too much.
Yeah, I can see that.
We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't want to disappoint the Russian bots, so let's hope he's in it for the long haul.
I hope he gets murdered.
How dare
he gets
you?
Exploded.
I hope they replace him with Johnny Depp.
I hope.
What?
And then he gets murdered. Yeah, we're
Then
good
he
at
gets
that.
murdered.
There we go.
And is brought back as a robot.
You lost me again. Okay, so another big news thing this week that does not affect us because we do not own this gaming system.
Neat.
But it's still a big news thing.
It is. It's a nerd news item,
It
so
is
we
nerd news
are
item.
oath bound to tell you
That's
about
right.
it.
That's what the wizard said
Yep.
when we took our oath.
Yep.
Yeah.
We spoke the words. The vow was sealed.
Okay.
What's the news
So
item?
every once in a while, Nintendo has like a little newsy segment called Direct, where they basically just say like, "Here's what's coming out, yay!"
Cool.
And this one was pretty big because they announced that Super Smash Brothers is coming out for the Switch.
Oh, cool.
Which is very
Yeah,
exciting.
nice.
And they also announced as part of that Splatoon's characters are coming with it.
Well,
Do you know what Splatoon is?
I do. It was the old shooter that was like paint guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and squids.
Yeah.
It's actually
sure.
it's ink.
And that was developed by Leonardo to Capcom, I think. Wasn't it?
You know, that's so delightful that let's say that that's true. This is the first time I've really wanted to Switch, honestly.
I'm on board.
I love Super Smash Bros.
I've been playing the hell out of some Pokemon lately. I'm on board with the Nintendo brand. It's probably come down in price.
Probably. I mean, my birthday's next, so
Switch it up. Okay.
all right.
Noted.
Yeah, so that's pretty.
Let me scribble that down on my birthday notes. Okay, I got it.
Oh, are you riding with a sword?
It's a pen sword, yeah.
Okay.
Made from one of my pinions when I'm in hawk form.
Isn't that painful?
That's what writing is.
Okay, that's true. Black Panther reached 1 billion
I saw that.
at the global box office
That's a billion with a B.
with a B,
That's a lot of Benjamins.
making it one of the top 8 highest grossing movies of all time.
Top 8.
Yeah.
That really is kind of a milestone, isn't it? That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Well, it was a really, 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 really good movie.
yeah,
I really, really liked it.
it was really good.
That is my in-depth analysis.
Every time I think about it, I just like kind of get a warm, fuzzy
Yeah,
feeling.
it was freaking awesome.
It was great. It was really good.
So, but boy, I do wonder how
But
the
boy.
reception of Black Panther, I wonder if or how it will alter the trajectory of any of the Marvel Cinematic Universe planning.
Well, here's something interesting that I noticed
Yeah.
on the Twitter. So prior to this, you know, Captain America is obviously their like banner hero, right?
I would have said Iron Man, but okay.
Yes. I think it's those two. That's probably why they're fighting in Civil War.
Sure.
But like Captain America is like often like in the center of the V when they're on a poster.
I know what you're about to say. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a whole lot more where the V is Captain America standing next to Black Panther all of a sudden. Like anyone where they're next to each other, those pictures are popping up more. And I saw a like, you know, from Marvel tweet, 2 of them that were interviews or bonus material about Infinity Wars that were a collection of photos, so 4 photos. And the first 3 of them were Black Panther photos.
Yeah.
And not Captain America, not Black Widow, not Iron Man, just 3 in a row that were either Shuri or T'Challa.
Well, their marketing department's not dumb.
No.
They know how to ride a wave of
But
enthusiasm.
what a change.
Yeah, I just wonder. I wonder if where we are in the timeline of production of, say, the Infinity Wars and others. I mean, I kind of doubt the narrative can change, but
No, I mean, it's out in April.
yeah, but boy, I don't know. It could change. I guess it's already changing the way they market it. Interesting.
I mean, you know, well, I gotta assume editing's gotta be mostly done too. It's definitely gonna, I think, change future movies.
Do you think my ability to turn into a hawk could make me an Avenger?
You know what really bothers me about, I mean, not about Black Panther, but about what they've done to the universe with Black Panther?
All right, I'm fascinated as to why you're skipping my hawk question,
I
but
am.
go on.
They've created this world in which they have these women that are tough, strong, like spies
Yeah.
and warriors, and they've put them in this world where their other two, Black Widow and oh gosh, what is her name? Shoot,
Give me a hint.
the telekinetic one.
Scarlet Witch.
Thank you. I kept thinking the red.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I kept thinking the Red Witch, and was very close. So Scarlet Witch and Black Widow spend almost the entirety of most of the movies being sad about being awesome. Like, they're so sad about being amazing killing machines. A thing that, like, none of the dudes ever... Well, okay, Bucky Barnes wrestles with it. But, like... And Tony Stark. But not to the extent of, like, the personal thing. But then, so,
And
like,
Banner.
how are you going to have this world in which you have these women who are like, oh, I can't have babies, and I'm really powerful, and these women that are like, yeah, we fucking kick ass. That's our job. That's what we do. That'll be, I just don't, of course, you know, they won't ever talk to each other, so it won't matter.
They will, maybe.
I doubt it.
We'll see. I don't know. I saw them standing next to each other in some of
they'll
those
stand
images.
next to each other. They'll have discussions with all the guys about each other.
Girls mostly just stand next to each other and wait for men to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost...
No. Unless we have a man to talk about.
Right.
And then, of course, we have to talk about them.
Yes. I'm almost never sad about turning into a hawk. But at the same time, it's just a regular hawk. I don't know that I could fight Thanos as just a bird of prey.
Probably not. You know, I gotta say, I'm not sad about you turning into the hawk. But we do need to talk about the bird poop in the kitchen.
I think just me, Jarod, the person, could probably take on a hawk. So really, I'm turning into something weaker than I currently am.
It depends. Like, are you talking about like a hawk in the air and you don't have any weapons? Because like...
Well, I'm naked. Every time I turn into a hawk, all my clothes and pocket change falls out.
But like...
And I just shoot all feathery out of the collar of my sweatshirt.
I don't think the hawk could kill you. But if it were like you on the ground and the hawk's goal is just to fuck you up, my money is on the hawk.
I'm not saying the hawk couldn't scratch me or surprise me very badly, but unless I'm like walking along a tightrope, I'm just talking about weight here.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Grab the hawk out of midair?
Well,
I don't know.
I'm like 250 pounds, and hawks are small and have hollow bones.
But you still have to catch it.
Look, I think I could be a good utility member of the team, but like...
You can carry messages.
I could, and I can fly probably quieter than Iron Man.
I mean, a cell phone could carry messages.
I don't think they're going to take me.
I don't think you're more useful than a cell phone.
I'm still going to go out to tryouts.
You should.
God, I don't even have a name yet. Hawkward Silence.
That's very good.
There's already a Hawkeye. I was going to use that, but I noticed it was already registered at the guild. All right.
I'm sorry.
We're going to have to put a pin in this.
Yeah.
I didn't ask to be a hawk.
What if you? Yeah, it would be more useful if you had hawk-related powers, like if you were a human with like hawk wings, or like could see very well or something.
Well, here's the thing: I stumbled into a hawk power plant,
yeah,
and got irradiated with hawk radiation. Which, if you had asked me a year ago, I would have said that is not a thing.
I thought you were bitten by a radioactive hawk.
No,
you weren't actually bitten by one.
You're confused because there were radioactive hawks there.
Yeah.
But they had just been irradiated from working at the hawk power plant.
Oh, okay, but they weren't like.
Well, would you have? Let me ask you this: did you know that hawk power was different than other kinds of electricity?
No, I mean, I'd never thought of it.
Yeah, well, no. Well, regular electricity does not power hawk cities.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I've derailed us. What were we talking about?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Black Panther reached $1 billion in the global box office. Wrinkle in Time made $33 million in the first weekend.
Nice.
So, not as record-breaking, but still pretty gosh darn impressive. And it's getting pretty good reviews, except for the reviews that are like, ew, there's girls in it.
And that is a movie about
Ironing.
a line of Oprah makeup products. What's it about? Nice Foley work. Oh,
Thank
sipping
you.
that coffee.
But then I was laughing too hard. I couldn't swallow. No, it is a based on a young adult novel about time and space travel.
Cool.
It's very trippy. I'm kind of excited.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go see it. We had too much Dungeons and Dragons last weekend, but this weekend we should go see it.
Have you heard any of the buzz about Ready Player One?
I mean, yes.
That was a book that I did not love it.
We've talked about it on the show before.
Yeah. I thought it, relied too heavily on just lists of nostalgia. But I'm starting to hear from a few critics that have seen it early that it really won them over. So I don't know if that's because they had low expectations going in or if it works better in movie form, but I may go see it.
I mean, I'd go see it.
The fact
Why
is
not?
there are a lot of bad books that make good movies. I mean, Silence of the
Yeah.
Lambs comes to mind. Jurassic Park comes to mind. These are books that were, honestly, I was an English major, but these were better movies than they were books.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can go
All
see
right, we'll
it.
keep an open mind.
Yeah. We got an email.
Tell me
Yeah.
what it says.
Thanks to Megan for sending us an email.
Oh, I saw that. Hi, Megan.
Yeah, thanks, Megan. If you guys, also, if you want to send us an email, you can shoot us one at newsgoblins@gmail.com. We will
Pretty
love
self-explanatory.
to talk about whatever you want to talk about. What Megan wants to talk about is there's a new esports arena.
Isn't that just every rec room?
Yes. So she says, "Hi, Jarod and Leslie. Not sure if you've heard. There's an esports arena coming to Oakland. I used to work at the property management company who owned the building. The news about it just came out pretty prematurely a couple of years ago, and there hasn't been much talk about it to my knowledge. And it turns out that it is one of only 3 in the country.
Interesting.
The other 2 are in Orange County and Las Vegas.
Huh.
So this one is a 6,000 square foot, 1,000 seat arena. And the COO of Allied Esports International says, quote, "We're going to have well over 100 computers in here, PCs, Xboxes, Nintendos, PlayStations, basically catering to every gamer there is and every gaming event there is."
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, neat. I like that idea. I kind of like the idea of going to a place and making it that kind of event
Yeah.
tied in with video games as a sporting event. That's great.
I mean, esports is weird in that, an NBA player, their biggest competition, they will meet only on the court.
Sure.
An esports person, their biggest competition could be in some basement somewhere, and it
Yeah,
could be
for sure.
anyone.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Can you name an NBA player, Leslie?
Michael Jordan.
Well, I didn't specify current. So
I win.
I'm going to say you did it.
Yay!
All right.
Can you name an NBA player?
I sure can. Leonardo DiCaprio,
Well done.
a.k.a. Hoops DiCaprio.
Oops, yeah.
Yep.
Leo 3 points, they call him.
That's what they call him in hawk circles.
Knock circles. Yeah.
Well, interesting. Thank you for sending that in,
interesting.
Megan. Boy, that fascinates me. I kind of want to see some pictures of this thing when it gets up and running.
Yeah, I'm so torn because on the one hand, I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool and social. And on the other hand, I would never want to be in an esports arena with video gamers.
Yeah.
Sorry, fellow video gamers.
Well, I gotta say, 6,000 square feet is. Let's see. That's smaller than a Target. That's pretty small. That's smaller than. That's probably a third of a Target. I measure things in Target size.
Okay.
That's my unit of measurement.
Interesting.
So that is not dauntingly huge. So I wonder if they will do, local tournaments and events where people can sit and play and rent the building
assume.
out or something.
The interesting problem is so you have a basketball court, right?
Right, I do.
That's pretty much going to be a basketball court. You might change the hoops out. There's probably upkeep and things like that. But a basketball court is a basketball court. A PlayStation is going to go away. That's a lot of investment for technology that is going to change and must be kept current for
Yeah,
the
but-
sport to occur.
Right, but something tells me that this place is mostly a giant mecca of plasma TVs and, chairs for spectating on giant plasma TVs.
Yeah.
So I don't know that it'd be that hard to change out consoles or update computers.
Oh, it can add up. It can get
It
kind
sure
of expensive.
Could.
Just saying, it's an expense that
It's probably sponsored by Doritos or something.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
definitely
Mountain Dew Extreme Esports Arena. Do the do.
Didn't Mountain Dew have a gamer-specific Mountain Dew at one point?
Probably.
Pretty sure.
This is going to be like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, except there'll be a river of Mountain Dew, and you'll ride on a boat made of Cheetos into it.
Yeah.
No knowing.
Oompa loompa lumpity doo. Please don't spawn camp. It's really rude. There we go. Writes
nice.
itself. Okay, I think that is all we have.
All right.
For
Good show,
today.
everyone.
Good show, everybody. Okay, you can give us a review on iTunes. You can like
You can
us.
give me a review on either Human iTunes or Hawk iTunes.
Yeah. You can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. And as we said before, you can send us an email at newsgoblins@gmail.com.
All right. Have a good week, everyone. I'll see you in the skies.
Bye, Jarod.
Caw-caw!
Have a good week, everybody.